Hey everybody, it's me, just making another video today. I'm off today and I thought I'd bring you a new video today. I thought I'd bring you a new video today. This is going to be me talking about the music industry as a whole. But I gotta say, yesterday's NBA game 6 between Chicago and the Boston Celtics is probably one of the best games that it's probably one of the best games I've ever seen, and this series is probably one of the best series of all time. It can be up there as one of the best NBA playoff series of all time. I mean, you have other series that were good, whether it was the Utah Jazz against the Chicago Bulls back in 1998, the San Antonio Spurs and the Los Angeles Lakers back in 2004, which led to one of the best shots you would ever see from a player with Derek Fisher, or the Chicago Bulls against the Phoenix Suns, I believe, and then the LA Lakers against the Boston Celtics back in the 80s. I mean, this has got to be up there with one of the greatest series of all time, and hopefully Game 7 is exactly like that, but I don't think they'll put as much energy into what they put in Game 6, because that was just a lot of energy getting expanded, and I couldn't believe that game took 3 overtimes for that game to end, and in the end, the Chicago Bulls ended up winning Game 6, and now they force a Game 7, which will be tomorrow, which will be pretty interesting. See, tomorrow's going to be an interesting day because you got Game 7 between the Bulls and the Boston Celtics, and then you got Pacquiao versus Hatton, which is tomorrow at the MGM Grand, which I can go see that fight, but that fight's going to cost a lot of money, and it's in my area, but yeah, like I said, it's going to cost a lot of money. And then you got today, which is the game between the Heat and the Hawks, which has been a very physical series, and I hope that series goes to a Game 7 as well, because it's been one of the most it's been an interesting series as well, off the court and on the court, with the things that have been happening in that series. Also, the Boston and Chicago series has been a good series as well. Probably one of the best series. Like I said, it's better than all the first round series that just happened recently. It's better than all those games that just happened. And also, the Portland Trailblazers lost to the Houston Rockets. That's a shame to see them lose. But beware of this team next year, as they're going to be a really dangerous team. And they're gonna at least be a number 3 or number 2 seed, and they might end up challenging the Lakers next year. So look out for this team next year as they go on, as they might make a run and probably win it all next year, because they already learned from this experience, and they're going to take that experience into the next season, and they're just going to run with it. So look out for that team. But let's go to this video, which is me talking about the rant on the music industry. My rant on the music industry. The music, like I said in a previous video, the music hasn't really been like it used to be. I mean, rap was at one point the best thing to happen in the early 90s to the late 90s. You can even go back to the earlier part of the millennium, but then all of a sudden rap just started dying. And now you got all these rap artists now who are into the game that really can't rap at all. And then you got the underrated rappers who kind of revolution rap, who are still making music now. You really don't hear much from them, and they get kind of pushed aside for rappers who can't rap, i.e. Soulja Boy and many other artists who are out now. And then some who really were good are now kind of like sellouts now, and they're going to the point where their music is all commercialization now, and it's not like rap like what it used to be. And that's the thing that's wrong with the music industry. The music industry is not back. The music industry isn't what it was years ago, where the music was all about talking about life and talking about what's going on in the world and when it came to rap, talking about the streets, the struggle, and everything else. And then when it came to pop, talking about the dating and I'm in love with this person and I want to meet up with this person and maybe hang out, or the rock about freedom of expression and all that stuff. You saw that in the later part of the early part of the millennium, and then the early part of the 90s and late part of the 90s. But when you look at it now, it's all about commercial. It's all commercial now, and it's kind of lost its spark now, to the point where people really don't want to listen to music anymore. They want to go do other things, or they want to go listen to old music because they knew that was the kind of music that got them pumped up, and it kind of told a story, and it kind of did what it was supposed to do. But when you look at it now, it just doesn't do that. And then looking at BET and MTV and VH1, these were the channels that had their own identity. They played the music that they usually played, and they had the specials that they usually had. BET was one of those ones that did that. BET had some teen shows. They had Rap City, Underground Rap City, or whatever that was, and they had a lot of good shows. And then they took it off to put crap on there that really doesn't even belong on there. And then the music they play on there is not the music that we all grew up with or we like listening to. They just put crap on BET now. And it's like what McKellen85 said in his video. BET just kind of lost its identity, and it kind of started going with what MTV's doing now with its company now, which you can understand because Viacom owns MTV. Viacom owns BET now, and they don't get the grasp of what's going on in BET, and that's a shame, because BET used to be one of my favorite channels, and now it's just a shell of its former self. And it's the same thing with MTV. This was a good channel. You had Beavis and Butthead. You had many of the good shows on there, and now it's all this reality crap, and most of the reality. They have Real World now and Road Rules now, and now they're trying to push the limits to those shows now just to get ratings. And I remember a time where the Real World, that show that was on, that when Real World was on there before it got where it was now, it was a good show. There wasn't really that much drama, but now when you watch the Real World, it's all about drama and it's all about ratings and all that, and that's not what the Real World used to be. But I guess MTV plans on going that route. And then of course MTV used to have the music and everything else, and now, and good music and everything else with TRL and all that, and now they just have crap now. And that's the same thing with VH1. VH1 had the behind the music and everything else. They used to play good music on there from the morning to the daytime. Same with MTV, and now they don't really do that now, as they just play garbage now and unknown artists and everything like that. Just basically artists we don't really want to hear, but they in their minds they think we want to hear these artists and hear these crappy songs. And that's pretty much what's wrong with this music industry, is as what I said in the earlier video, and it's kind of me repeating almost what I said before, but adding new stuff in there. The music industry needs to get right back to what it was, where music was good, music was talking about life, and it was talking about the struggles with rap and everything else. But we won't get to this, and we're now stuck with what we got in music. To me, the music industry is sort of like what the Hollywood business is now, where they put crap out and they recycle the same crap and they just throw it out to us again by putting something new, adding new actors and new actresses in there. And that's what they're doing with the music industry. But yeah, I'm running out of time. Thank you for watching my video. This was just a quick rant about the NBA, some of the NBA games, and then the music industry as a whole, VH1, MTV, and BET. Just giving you my thoughts about that. Hope you like my video. You can rate, you can comment, you can give me a video response. And for some of you who have seen my videos, And who haven't seen my videos and are watching them for the first time, feel free to subscribe and